Hello, I just want to help you out with your data analysis assignment. So in this column here, you have your intake from food. My question for you is if this is for 1 day or if this is your total nutrient intake for 3 days. If it's for only 1 day, you still need to include the other 3 days. If it is for all 3 days, then you're good to go to the next step here. You don't have any differences between your numbers in column C and D, so I am assuming that you did not enter in any kind of supplement information, which is fine. So you can go ahead and actually delete that column. You have a recommended daily intake here, so you need to do two things. You need to find your average intake, and you need to do your percent RDI column. If this is indeed for all 3 days, then you can make your spreadsheet do an average calculation for you. Whenever you do a calculation, start off with equals, select your cell, and then divide by 3. All the way down with the calculation, and that will copy and paste. If you don't like all the zeros and such in there, you can use this feature, which will decrease the number of decimal places. Then you need to do a percent RDI calculation. Percent RDI shows you how much your average compares to your recommended daily intake. We don't usually do just 1 day of numbers because we have variations in our diet naturally. By having a 3-day average, that gives you a better result. To do percent RDI, start off with equals, select your average, divided by your recommended daily intake. Then you're going to multiply that by 100. To get the multiplication sign, go Shift 8. That's going to give you the star, which in spreadsheet speak is multiplication. Then multiply that by 100. You can then go into the corner until you get the crosshairs, click and drag that down, and that's going to give you some percent RDI. You'll notice that there are some errors in here. Spreadsheet does not like ranges. So what you'll need to do is choose a number between 106 and 148.7. Excuse me. If you are an active person, choose a higher number. If you are somebody who's not as active, then I would suggest choosing a lower number. I'm just going to choose a number in between for demonstration's sake. So let's say that's 120. Then this automatically updates when I've given it a value. Some of the nutrients don't have a recommended daily intake. That's where the slash is. So you can just go and take that information out. Again, when you get down to here into the carb section, you're going to need to choose a number in order to get a percent RDI. I'm going to guess that your intake from food is for 1 day. The reason is this is a really, really low RDI, which usually only happens if you're deliberately fasting or you're really sick. So what you'll need to do is go into your EA tracker and grab the information for the other 2 days. There is a couple ways you can do this. The EA tracker is not going to let you highlight a column. It's only going to let you highlight a whole entire chart, unfortunately. So you can either move your screen over like this and then open up your EA tracker on this side so that you can see it and then manually enter in a day 2. So you can insert a column here and then I don't know, we'll just say, let's say this is April 2nd, and you can start entering in information into here while you look at it on the right hand side. Or if you want, you can go into the EA tracker, highlight the whole table, paste it down here somewhere, and then highlight just the intake from food column and copy and paste it into this section. If you add more days in, you're going to need to adjust your average because you're going to have to add up the 3 days. So let's just do a couple of pieces of information here. We'll just make this like that. Okay, so now I need to take the average of 3 days. To do that, equals SUM, and then click and highlight all 3 days. Close your bracket. Divide it, which on your keyboard is the / and the same key as the question mark, 3. Then that gives you your average. That will also automatically update your percent RDI because we've used cell references. So this will be something that you need to work on and update your assignment in preparation for the next part. I apologize because the video that I posted on Moodle for some reason got spliced right in the middle when it was explaining how to do the calculations, and I have no idea why that section was cut out. So I apologize for that. I hope this video helps you out. Please let me know if you have any questions.